Good morning, Southwest Cougars. Today is Monday, April 27th, and we're going to talk about AMI Day 26th for the 8th grade math at Southwest Junior High. So let's read the question. Decide whether or not triangle DEF and triangle ABC are congruent. Explain your reasoning using transformation. Congruent means the same shape and the same size. So to check for congruency, determine the series of transformations that might take triangle DEF and land it on triangle ABC. The two triangles, the suggested format for you to answer this question is simply the two triangles are or are not congruent because, what transformations did we use? And if we slide on down, we can see some vocabulary. Did we slide it? Did we flip it? Did we turn it? Or did we dilate it? And so I'm going to give you a pretty big hint on this using something called GeoGebra Classic. Ideally, we would want you to do this with do this on paper. So it's kind of a guess and check. So as you see, we've got these two triangles, and we're going to try some transformations and see what happens. And so let's start with the first one, dilate. If we dilate a pre-image to an image, then the shape is going to change. If the shape changes, these things cannot be congruent. So dilation is out of the question. So really, we just want to think about reflection, rotation, and translations. So remember from our notes from years past, if we reflect, then our orientation should change. So let's start with that. If I go from D to E to F, I am going counterclockwise. If I go from that same point A to B to C, I am going counterclockwise. And so they have the same orientation, so that means reflection is out of the question. So really our only two choices are does it translate and does it rotate? And so let's just start with looking at a rotation. So I am going to rotate this triangle around the origin, and we are going to go 90 degrees counterclockwise. And when we do that, we get this look. So see if I can zoom out a little bit so you can see it. So we've rotated it. Now the question is, well, obviously rotation doesn't get me where I need to be, but is there something else I could do? Could I rotate it more? Could I translate it? In other words, if I translate it, do I go the same distance to go from C to F or B to E? So I'm going to leave it there for you. Like I said, it's a pretty big hint, but I want you to kind of finish the job here of what other thing we would have to do other than rotate it if you think these two triangles are congruent. Hope this helps you, Cougars. Have a great night, and get on those Zooms if you have any questions.